Welcome to day two of our AI automation challenge. Yesterday, we introduced ourselves to AI automation. Today, we are going to be doing three things. Number one, we want to sign up online for the free 14 days N8N account. Number one. Number two, we will explore the workspace, the dashboard, just to get ourselves familiar with the interface. And number three, which is the most important, you need to stay to the end of the video. I will run you through how to run N8N locally on your computer system, because the one you will get online without making any payments will only give you access for 14 days. It's a trial version. But for you to be able to learn and run it locally on your computer system, wait till the third thing that we are going to be doing today. So the first thing, we want to sign up on N8N. So if you visit this URL here, n8n.io, you will see this interface and you can click on get started and sign up with your email address for free. So this will give you access for 14 days. So you can fill it up with your name, your email address, confirm your email address, fill this up. I don't want to go through the sign up again. Sign up and you will see start free 14-day trial. So you will sign up for free. It will even ask you more questions. Where did you hear about us? What do you want to be using it to do? Just respond to the questions that you will see after moving past this page. It will also ask you to give your account a name, a username, so you can just give yourself a username. Once you are able to sign up successfully, it will take you to the next page you will see here after completing your sign up. So it will land you here and you can just open an instance for you to go back to the workspace where you can start creating workflows. I gave my own account. This is my name, O Adieko. So it will give you a name, you supply your username, and you have your own URL that can easily lead you to your dashboard. So this is it. I signed up using this email 2 days ago. So I have 12 days left. This is the reason why we need to run it locally on our system to be able to use it beyond 14 days. And here it's saying these are the current workflows that I've created. So we've signed up. Number one is done. Number two, we just want to explore what we have here a bit. We will still spend a lot of time doing that tomorrow. So here you have the overview, personal, admin panel. You've got templates here. So we are going to be creating workflows, but there are templates created already that you can just use. And these are just 6. So if I click on see more templates, it takes me to another page where you will see more of these templates there. A lot of templates are here that you can just, click and make use of if you want to use the templates. So let me take us back here. That's just that. Let's pretend as if we want to create a workflow. We're not doing that yet. We're just exploring. Okay, so if I click on create workflow here, it will open up the page where I can create my workflow. Again, we're not doing that today. We're just getting ourselves familiar with the interface. So look at the default page here. After clicking on create workflow, it's asking me to add the first step. Remember, it's likely going to be your trigger, what will start your workflow. So you can click on it and then it opens up different triggers here that you can use as your first step. We're not doing that, right? So even if I just click on any trigger, look at it, it has added it. So maybe my next node will be something else. I click on it, I have this category here, AI. There are a lot of autonomous, you want to build autonomous agents, actions, data transformation, flow, call, human in the loop, or add another trigger. So this is how you are going to be building our workflows. We'll be picking up the tools that we need from here, add it here, and we'll keep building the workflow. All right. But something else is there. Everybody is trying to infuse a lot of AI in their application. So you can literally build a workflow with AI here. If I click on build with AI, look at it. You can just describe the kind of automation you want, and then it will build it for you. You will now need to do the connection and some of those editing of properties there. So you can do that. So you get 20 credits every month, monthly credits here. If you need more, definitely you pay. So you have 20 of 20 monthly credit. I haven't used any. So that is there also. So this is just to get ourselves familiar with the interface. On your own, just click and click and click and take note of everything you have here. So you can rename your workflow here. You can add tag, you can save it. For now, just explore it on your own. You don't have to follow any particular step. Once you've signed up, make sure you get yourself familiar with the interface. Now to the main thing for today, how to run anything locally on a computer system. The first thing you need to do is to download and install Docker on your computer system. So even if you just come here on Google and just type Docker, I use Windows, so I can install Docker on my Windows directly from the Microsoft Store. I prefer using that. If you're running licensed Windows, you should have access to your Windows Store, and you can search for Docker here, and you'll be able to install it on your computer system. So this is Docker. I have it installed on my system. You can also just search for it online here. This is docker.com. That's the URL. And you will be able to see the Docker setup for different operating systems. Okay, so look at it. You want to download for Mac, for Windows, for Linux. So you can download Docker and install Docker. That's what I want to run you through. Install Docker the way you install any other application. There is no problem with that. The running of anything is the one that I will show you the steps one by one. So download it. Once you download, just run it, and you'll be fine. Let's assume that you've been able to install the Docker, then you will have it installed on your computer system. Launch it. This is the Docker environment, so it will bring you somewhere here. So we're going to do something now. I'll take it slow, step by step. I'll slow down for us to be able to follow through with the configuration. So this is it, right? If it asks you to sign in, you don't necessarily need to sign in. So just for now, ignore that. Don't sign in. Don't do any other thing. When you launch the Docker, it runs similar to any other application that you've installed on your system. If yours asks you to enable WSL, which is Windows subsystem for Linux. If it asks you to enable it, just click enable. That's fine. If it doesn't, it probably means you're using the latest OS. You are here now. How do we now run anything on it? If you come down to the bottom here, this is a terminal here. Look at it. We have the terminal here. Click on the terminal, it opens up. So this is where you can type where the Linux, the N8N files are, and then you pull it on your Docker. So that's what we want to do now. You will type exactly what I'm typing. We are typing Docker here, Docker. Don't worry, it's not as if you are writing serious code. Docker pull space N8NIO. Look at it. Docker space pull space N8NIO / N8N. That's all. I will also put the steps in the Substack newsletter you'll be getting. So all the steps are in there too. I'll also put it in the comment here. So you type this and then you press enter. That will pull the files from N8N and then have it in your container on your Docker. Okay. Once you successfully do that, it will take a quite some time depending on your internet because it's going to pull the files and install it on your computer. It's not going to just run the way I have mine here. But at the end of the day, it will tell you that the status, you now have the image is downloaded or something. That's the first stage. You pull the data on your container inside Docker. After you're done with this, you can minimize your terminal or you can close the terminal. You don't need it again for now. You close it. Let me say something. Make sure your Docker shows engine running before you do all that we've done now. If you are unable to see engine running, maybe it's showing you that the engine is not running, you probably need to maybe restart your system after installing Docker and then check it again. Or you can come down to the window tray here. This is Docker, right click on it, and you probably restart it here, or maybe you see that it has been stopped and then you can start it here. All right. We have pulled the data from anything. That is the first stage of configuring anything on our Docker. The next thing now is you want to create the link between what we call the container and your hard disk so that everything sits in the same place. So what do? Come down to where you have volume here, volumes. There is no volume at the moment, so you create a volume and give it a name. So I'll say my N8N data, any name of your choice. We are going to be using this volume name, so make sure you know what you typed in here. So mine is my N8N data. We are creating a volume and create. All this for us to run it locally and not rely on just 14 days trial. So I've set up the volume, and the next thing is come to the images here. When you come to the images, if you've been able to pull the data, remember the first thing we did, you should see this under image. What you pulled, you will see it here under image, showing you that yes, you have pulled this anything io slash anything. You've pulled it from the internet and you now have it in your Docker. So come to the images here and look at this run. So you will now want to run the image, the N8N image pulled from the cloud. Click on the run and look at it. Run a new container. Expand the optional settings here. Expand it. See, I expanded it. You don't need to necessarily put a container name there. The ports here, anything uses 5678 as the port. So just type that here. The volume, remember the name that I said we should give our volume, my anything data. So I have it here. The container part, write exactly what I'm about to type. Forward slash home, okay, forward slash node, forward slash dot N8N. You see, you will get all these steps in your Substack newsletter you will get in the next 1-2 minutes. Forward slash home, forward slash node, forward slash dot N8N. That's all you need to do from here. And then you run the container. So you click on run and just wait for it to show you the container running here. Just wait for it to run. And once that has been done, we are fine. You can now use anything locally on your PC. See, it's running the container. Everything we've created, you want to see it here now. It's running. Just wait for it to tell you that it's done. You see, editor is now accessible via, it gave us this URL. So this is what you'll be using to get access to anything on your computer. Localhost column 5678. Okay, so that's what you'll be typing inside your browser to get access to anything, as if you have the account in the cloud. So let me just come back here now and do localhost column 5678. It will also show me what we saw earlier with the one we sign up from the cloud. Look at it. So the first time you are running it, it will ask you to set up your account as the owner. So here, I want to put my email address here, and then I want to put my password. Put your password, and then next. So this one is for the Docker. Okay. You can also respond to all these. These are the questions that I said you'll probably see too when you sign up online. It's just for them to get info about your company. So just put everything here. Okay. And very important, don't skip this for now. Send me a free license key so that you can have access to the better advanced features on your anything that you are running locally. They will give you free license key. So click on send me a free license key, and it will be sent to your mail. Okay, it will be sent to your mail. So I'll check my mail here and just accept that and activate it on my mail. After doing that, we are fine. Okay, so I'm checking on my mail here now. Um, yes, it's in. So just click on activate license in your mail and you're fine. So I've done that. Uh, and look at what you have. Similar to what we saw earlier. See, let me open the sidebar. Can you see overview, templates? This one, we are running it locally on our system now. You see that it's similar to the one that we ran online. Just that a few things are not there, but you will still be able to do what you want to do. So if I click on start from scratch here now, it's still going to open. See, still open this. I can add my first step. I can add the trigger. I can add the second node. You see, all the things are still there. So with this one, we've been able to run locally. We can use it, for as long as we like. We're not limited to the 14 days trial version on the cloud. This will be the end of today's class. So what are your tasks? Number one, sign up for your free cloud account, na10.io. Sign up for free. Number two, run na10 locally on your computer system. Follow the steps in this video to run it locally. And number three, browse the interface, the online, the one you installed locally. Get yourself familiar with the interface. And number four, engage in the video. Talk about what you've been able to learn today. If you've completed your installation, say it there and engage, interact with at least two other comments. So I want us to, continue to engage. So with this now, we are set up. We are ready to start, touching on some of those features in anything from tomorrow. See you tomorrow.